everybody, welcome to my channel. Everything I say is alleged, my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Let's get into this review of Married at First Sight. Season 16, Episode 14, The Rope, the Feather, and the Bidet. We're going to start with Nicole and Chris. So they install a bidet together. I got to get one of those joints. Nicole said that this would be great for them in case they get together for an intimate act, and she can have a fresh tushy. So they both try it out. It was a funny scene. Chris said he felt violated, like the toilet bowl made him his biatch. Okay. So they end up meeting with Dr. Pepper. Not Dr. Pepper, I'm sorry, Dr. Pia. This was an episode about them being intimate. So it brought out Nicole issues in past relationships when it comes to sex and intimacy. Nicole is surprised that this meeting with Dr. Pia made her so emotional and realizes she has issues with intimacy and sex. So Dr. Pia also advises her to stop the self-deprecating talk about herself. And to me, I get the feeling that, in Nicole past relationships, she put herself down first before the person could put herself down. And that sucks, but I'm so glad she recognizes it and realizes that she has to work on that in order to make her marriage work. So Nicole says she needs to work on her self-love. They get together, they get their treasure chest for the intimacy exercise. Nicole said that they're willing to try everything in the box to see what they love. And they both agree, but they said that they don't need it in order to please each other because they like each other the way they are. And that was that on Chris and Nicole. This couple is pretty much, going through the exercises, getting along. They was pretty much attracted to each other from day of the wedding. So, they did the work to be where they are in their marriage right now. So we're going to move on to Kirsten and Shaquille. So Kirsten called Shaquille, who is on a recruiting trip for his job. I think he went to Memphis to see how he's doing. Kirsten, they talk a little bit. She asks him how he's doing. He's fine, blah, 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 blah. So they're about to hang up. So Kirsten blows him a kiss, but Shaquille hangs up. And Kirsten gets in her feelings and call him back and let him know that she blew a kiss before he hung up. He said he didn't realize that. So they meet with Dr. Pia. Shaquille said it's rocky and there are more good days, but it's just still getting to know Kirsten. Kirsten said things are fine. Dr. Pia was like, that's two opposite things. So Dr. Pia asked if they are attracted to each other. Kirsten said yes, and that she feels safe with Shaquille day by day, and it's growing. Kirsten says she's most attracted to Shaquille when he's moving boxes and using his muscles. So Dr. Pia asks, do you think he's masculine? And Kirsten takes a long pause before she says yes. Now, to me, that's rude and a little disrespectful, if you ask me, because no man wants to be tested about his masculinity. So I don't know why she paused on that. So maybe we'll find out, when the whole series is over, because I'm sure they're going to bring it up. Kirsten has a habit of comparing her dad with Shaquille. Shaquille feels like he's always trying to prove himself to Kirsten. Kirsten don't want him to change as a person as long as he's meeting some of her needs. We didn't get to hear what Shaquille felt about Kirsten. I don't know why they edited that out because I'm sure he had some stuff to say. So Dr. Pia tells them to pick out some items that they both find sexy. Shaquille basically did an exercise to get Kirsten to give up control a little bit. So Shaquille blindfolded Kirsten to have her go around the apartment to look for the items, that they wanted to use. So Kirsten said that, she feels like he's changing her and she can see him leading her. Shaquille feels like they should communicate better. Shaquille let it be known that he was in his feelings about Kirsten not going to Memphis with him. They made plans, but Kirsten just did her own thing. Kirsten assures him that she wants to be there for him. The producers asked Shaquille if he's happy. He said being happy is a stretch, but he is grateful and overjoyed. But don't feel like Kirsten truly supports him and the things he likes. So apparently he invited Kirsten to his Memphis trip, which was a recruiting trip. She planned to go. He made plans, but it was some miscommunication. So she didn't go, but Shaquille really wanted her there. You know, with them, at the end of the day, I feel like they two strong-headed people who want what they want, but they're not communicating it to each other correctly, or they're not hearing each other, so to speak. You know, but that was that on Shaquille and Kirsten. So we're going to move on to Gina and Clint. So Gina and Clint meet with Dr. Pia. Find out things that they said that things are good. They communicate well. The relationship is growing, but there is no intimacy between them. They are trying to create a friendship. So Dr. Pia asked them, how are they fostering intimacy? They said they are not, and right now it's just an individual thing. They don't even talk about it. So Gina acts like she's repulsed to talk about intimacy with Clint. She said it grosses her out. Like, girl, what are you talking about? You grown. What you mean it gross you out? You scared to talk about it with him? Because they are not attracted to each other like that. So Dr. Pia comes up with ideas for them to work on their intimacy. So she asked them, what do they like? What makes them get in the mood? Both of them agree that smells get them in the mood. And she tells them to curate a playlist so, they could do their intimacy exercise. She tells them to take their minds off the end result, which is sex, because that's what's putting the pressure on. Dr. Pia said it takes steps, step by step, slow steps, but then they have to start with the touch and not necessarily the erogenous zones. So they both are curious to see how the intimacy exercises go that Dr. Pia has for them. Eventually, their intimacy exercises start with answering some questions about intimacy, and then a knock at the door. They get the intimacy treasure chest, which was light things that Dr. Pia said they should start slow. They have feathers, brushes, and back massages. They both said that the feather is a good start for the sexual purposes, okay? And it really wasn't much to Gina and Clint on this particular episode. They just feel like they, real friendly. But they only got a couple of more days, so I don't know what they plan on doing. Okay? So let's move on to Jasmine and Aries. Like, this couple right here is scary. I feel like they should just go and get a divorce. But they sticking it out, though. So Jasmine says she is trying not to put her guards up, and she's not sure where she's at mentally and emotionally versus her being open in the beginning of this marriage. She's concerned but hopeful that her and Aries will make it through this process. So they meet with Dr. Pia. Both feel they are not at the place they expected to be in this process. Jasmine feels that her needs are not being met. She does not want to be his friend. She wants to be his wife. She says she needs intimacy and she is not getting that. Aries said he don't want to hug her. He does want to hug her, but the longer they go without it, it feels awkward. So Dr. Pia said that them talking will help, like getting into deep conversations. She asked Jasmine, does she feel like she's holding back? Jasmine says she's holding back from volunteering, information. Aries says he feels like when Jasmine calls him out, it's sexy. Jasmine didn't know that, but says she will try. Aries likes the drama. This is me saying this. I feel like he need a little toxicity in his relationships, okay? So their intimacy exercise was for them to prepare a meal together. Aries said, he has a new definition of intimacy and realizes that Jasmine is not asking for a lot. Aries talks to Jasmine's sister. Jasmine says she's big on actions and not words because her parents never resolved their conflict in front of them. And I agree with that. So Jasmine feels like Aries should have concern for her, be smitten about her, call her, and desire her. And that should come naturally. And she doesn't feel like Aries is in it. And it does not put her in a good space. Girl, like I said earlier, you know, he's a former, he claimed, F-boy. So he need a little toxicity in his relationships right now, okay? I really don't know how to feel about this couple, but like when I made my prediction, I said they were possible. But right now it's looking like they're not even gonna make it, okay? So we have a setup where the guys go out together and then the girls go out together. So I'm going to do the guys first. So the guys meet up to do some batting, you know, at a batting stadium or whatever, and they talk about their relationships. They ask each other about talking to Dr. Pia. Chris let them know that Nicole has some self-worth issues. Shaquille said that they are doing good and gives their relationship a 7 or 8, but he wants more support from Kirsten. Iris asks if he's on first base since they are in a baseball field. Shaquille said second base. Clint said he's not in the stadium, okay? Him and Gina are probably in line, okay? And it's weird because he's a sexual person. Iris said that they talked about other ways to be intimate in their relationship, him and Jasmine. So when the ladies go out, they meet up at a cocktail making place. Kirsten said her and Shaquille are working up to intimacy, and she wants Shaquille to be intimate. Chill, we find out otherwise later, okay? Gina said they have to build more intimacy between her and Clint. Jasmine said with her and Eris around the doctors, he said he's going to work on whatever they ask him to work on, but he actually does nothing to change. Jasmine gets emotional and says she's at her breaking point. She don't know how much she have more to give emotionally, okay? The ladies affirm her hurt because they know she wants to be a wife. And pretty much that was the end of the episode. Nicole and Chris, they good. You know, Aries and Jasmine, they ain't get too far in their relationship. They basically becoming friends to each other. Although Aries feels like Jasmine has what he wants in a wife, you know, but they ain't working on it, okay? Kirsten and Shaquille, I just feel like their communication, because they're both strong-minded, they're not hearing each other, is what's getting in their way. And the last person, Gina and Clint, I think it is. I don't know where they're going to go with it, because Kirsten is really holding back, okay? But anyway, guys, that's all I got. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video. Hit that notification bell so you know when my next video comes out. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.